Hi everybody, Neil Malik with Knack Training here, bringing you another Everyday Office video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about color coding emails. Now, technically, there are two ways that we could color code an email. And one way is to add categories to an email as it comes in. We're not going to talk about that here today. What we're really talking about is how Outlook presents an email. And for that, we really need to change the view. So anytime you want to change the way things look in an Office product, you go to the View tab and you take a look around. Specifically, when you're on your inbox, you can go to what's called View Settings. So by clicking on View Settings, you can then see that the specific columns of information show up, how it's grouped, how it's sorted, whether a filter has been placed on this, and then right down here is a tool called Conditional Formatting. So Conditional Formatting, based off a condition in the email, we decide how to format it, what it should look like. When I click on Conditional Formatting, in your inbox you'll notice there are several rules in there already, and that's because if an email expires, they want to show you that it's past due. If an email is unread, you see that top one is, of course, unread emails when they come in. Often they're bolded. In some versions of Outlook, they're blue, like mine is, etc. So what is it that we want to point out? Let's say that Eric Goodwin is an important person and we want to make sure that Eric's emails always show up, bold and maybe a different color, things like that. We'd come over here to the right, click on Add, and we'd create a name maybe called Eric Goodwin. Okay, and what do we want Eric's emails to look like? I'll go here to Font, and I'll say, well, we definitely always want Eric's emails to be bolded. And right down here, we'll also make sure that his emails show up in, let's go with purple. Then click OK. And unfortunately, at this point, you start to get that feeling like you've done all the things you need to do, but you haven't told it what the conditions are yet. You've given it the name Eric Goodwin, but you haven't told it who Eric is or how we're going to identify emails from Eric, any of that stuff. So when we go to Condition in the bottom left and click on it, it says, what do we know about this? Well, it's from eric.l.goodwin@gmx.com. And then I hit OK. And now we're ready to go. Click OK and click OK. And just like that, you see the two emails that are in my inbox from Eric, this one and this one. They were both semi-bold and they're both purple. Now, we could go a slightly more interesting with this. I want you to notice that Michelle is actually from the same company that Eric is from. And let's say that we're doing this really important project with this company, and we're never quite sure whether Eric or Michelle is going to be the one sending the email. Well, what we can do is we can identify it by the domain of the email address, right? So if they're both from the same company, we care about the company, then we could change the way this works. So I go up here to the View tab, click on View Settings, go back to Conditional Formatting, and I'm going to take that Eric Goodwin rule right here, click on it, and rename this as GMX, because Eric and Michelle are both from GMX. And now what we'll do here is we'll just take the eric.l.goodwin out of the from field, but leave the @gmx.com in the from field right there. Then click OK, and click OK. And just like that, Michelle and Eric are both semi-bold and purple. Perfect. Now, one last point about this. This particularly helps me out in the calendar, but it could also be used in the inbox. And that is, you may have different scenarios, different facets of your work, where different formatting is going to be useful for different scenarios. So here's how you would do something like that. I'm going to go back up to the View tab, and I'm going to tell it to reset the view settings, because what we have here on the Change View drop-down menu, notice we are editing the compact view. And notice we could also have a second view. This is one that I created before for another class. I'm going to right click on this one and delete it. So normally you will have under the Change View drop-down menu, Compact, Single, and Preview. So I don't want to change what Compact is doing, so I'll go here to reset the view and click Yes. And you can see there the color coding comes away from it. Now I'll go over here to the Change View drop-down menu, and instead of impacting Compact directly by going to my view settings, I'll go to Manage Views. I will choose my current view settings and click Copy, because I want to make a color-coded version of the view. Click OK, and now go back to Conditional Formatting. Click on Add here. Make this the GMX rule like we did before. Change the font formatting to semi-bold and to purple. And click OK. And then click on Condition and put in from @gmx.com and click OK. And let's say I also have a second project open with the people from Outlook Media Group. So I'll click here on Add. I'll call this one Outlook Media Group. I'll choose the font as semi-bold and as, let's say, green, and click OK. And again, go here to the condition, and I'll say anybody @outlook.com. And click OK, click OK, click OK, and click Apply this view. So notice we had the compact view. That was what was running currently. I'm going to go over here to color coded view, click Apply View. And as you can see here, Abril and Letitia, who are from Outlook Media Group, are both green, and Michelle and Eric, who are both from GMX, are both purple. And at this point, if I go to the Change View drop-down menu, I can switch back to the compact view. And as you can see, there is nothing that's color-coded here in the compact view. So that's the difference. We could either change the compact view so it includes color coding, or invent an entire new view called color-coded, and that way we could switch back and forth from being able to have it be color-coded and not have it color-coded. So there it is, back to color-coded. I see the two different colors that are in there. Back to Change View and choose Compact.